Hey everybody and welcome to the Bullshit Party. And in this one, we are going to be reviewing one of the new vehicles that came out with the summer special update Rockstar just released for GTA Online. That's right, we're going to be reviewing the Lampadati Tigon. As you can see, you can get this vehicle from the legendary motorsports website for $2.3 million. If you should get it, that's a whole nother question that we're going to be answering in this video. I'll be giving you my thoughts on the stock car and the upgraded version and showing you all the upgrade options for it. And if you like the video and want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing to it. And behold the car in its full glory. And the first thing that I want to talk about is the way it looks. And it's pretty clear to me at least that the inspiration for this car was the Tomaso P72. If you're not familiar with the Tomaso, it's a hypercar that you can buy right now for a lot of money. But the Lampadati Tigon isn't cheap either, so let's get back to that. Here is a full 360-degree view of the car in its stock condition. And I understand this is completely subjective, but I think the car looks absolutely beautiful. Even if it turns out that it's not gonna be a great performer, it's still gonna look great in your garage. And here is a quick look of the interior of the car. Once again, awesome. But for me to show you all the quirks and features the car has, we need to go outside. Shout out to Doug DeMuro. And now we're outside, it's night, and this is actually a perfect opportunity for us to showcase the rear lights of the car. As you can see, each light consists of several circles that if you look at them at the correct angle, you can see the separation between them. And another thing that I'm very happy with this car is that it has extra bulbs for the high beams. Not all cars have this feature, and I think it looks pretty sick on this one. Going back to the interior, this time at night and being lit up, it looks pretty good, but definitely on the more generic side. I think that you will all agree with me that when it comes to lights, the tail lights are the stars of the show. And speaking of stars, this is something that we definitely don't need at the moment, so let's switch to daytime. Swoosh! And that's what you do if you don't want to pay for special effects. But back to the car. If you've seen my videos before, you know that I like to test how interactive a certain car is. Basically seeing what I can open on it. And even though we can't open the trunk on this one, the hood and the doors definitely make up for that. Looking at the attention to detail that Rockstar put into this car, they definitely didn't cut any corners while designing it. I gotta say, I'm very happy with the cars that I've seen from the DLC so far. And now, a few words from our car. The sound, in my opinion, is very good, and it does remind you of that V12 sound hypercars make. But enough about sound and visuals for now, it's time to go to Los Santos Customs and customize the car. And on my way there, I'm gonna share my first impressions of the car and what I felt driving it for the first time. First of all, it's a rear-wheel drive car, so it's gonna slide no matter what you do. Secondly, the car feels extremely powerful. But please don't mistake power with acceleration or speed. Since we're talking about the stock version of the car right now, I'm gonna abstain from telling you what I think about the acceleration or the top speed, but suffice to say, my socks are still on my feet. I don't know if I'm the only one that finds this amusing, but on this car, if you hold the brake and the gas at the same time while the car is moving forward, it doesn't stop like most cars do, but it in fact continues going forward, which means one of two things: either it's very powerful as I said, or the brakes are complete crap. Since I paid almost $2.5 million for it, I'm gonna stay optimistic and say that it is very powerful. But let's see what happens when we finally customize it and max out the performance options. And just in case you forgot who you were watching, things happen. Horrible driving aside, it's time to go to Los Santos Customs and customize this orange bad boy. Or girl, I wanna be inclusive. And the first thing we're gonna do to our genderless car when we enter Los Santos Customs is of course repair the damage that we did to it. And the second thing that we're gonna do in Los Santos Customs is, as always, upgrade all the performance options up front. This way we don't forget anything, and as soon as we upgrade all the performance settings, we can go on to customizing the vehicle. And the first thing that we're gonna customize is the front bumper. And let me tell you, the bumpers actually look pretty good. I don't like putting splitters on my car, but these actually all look pretty decent, so I'm gonna put one of them on. It's the same story with the rear bumpers as well. All of them I think look pretty good, but the one that I really like is this one. The exhaust options were a bit of a disappointment for me since I wanted to see other locations for the exhaust pipes. Not that it doesn't look good the way it is, I just wanted some more variety, that's all. So we're gonna keep the exhaust stock. Going through all the livery options, we have some pretty cool ones, pretty crazy ones, and some that are in between. If you've seen my videos before, you know that I don't like to put liveries on cars. But in this case, I'm gonna make an exception and put the racing stripe on. Depending on what vision you have for the car, you can choose the livery that best fits your needs. Choose a black license plate, of course. For skirts, we don't have anything very special here, pretty standard, and we're gonna go with this one. Spoilers for this car, I think I can mostly say positive things about them. As I said before, with the liveries, there is something here for everyone depending on what your vision for the car is. From the subtle to the extreme, and everything in between. For me, I really like the racing spoiler with the brake light in the middle of it. Sun strips, this is not something that I think looks good or something that I see myself doing in the future, so we're gonna skip on that one. As for suspension, the car is already pretty low and doing something to the suspension doesn't really matter, but I have the money to burn, so might as well. I was torn on whether I wanted to change the wheels or not, but it is a customization video and a quote-unquote review, so I decided to go for it. And lucky for me, I think the car looks awesome with the blade rims, so I chose them. As for color, my original vision of the car was that it should have red rims. Why red? No idea, but that was my vision. But that soon changed, you'll see in a bit. Next up we go to windows. As you know, I go with the light smoke on every single one of my vehicles. And on this one I was also debating on whether I should even put on window tint, because it does impact the visibility of the engine. And we're down to painting the car. Guess what color I chose for the car? Nope, not that. Nope. You'll see in a bit, but I promise you, it does look pretty awesome. But going through all the colors, as you see, the car looks very handsome in, well, most of them. I just wanted to make a car that was, well, my own. I wanted to make it unique. That's right, we're going green, with a V12 car. Funny. I'm assuming you're guffawing at the moment, so I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds to recover. And during that time, we're gonna choose a pearl scent for the green color, because I think we can improve the color just a little bit. So far I'm very happy with the way the car looks. We've upgraded everything, we customized almost everything. The only thing left to do is customize the secondary color. The only problem with that is that not a lot of things go well with green. So I was sort of limited to my options, but I'm really happy with the color choices that I made. As I said, my goal for this one was to make it my own, to make it unique, and I don't think I'm gonna see a green one anytime soon. Unless you guys wanna copy me, in which case it's fine. And what's even finer is the way the car looks with bright orange as a secondary color. Now, the only thing missing is, well, we sort of need to change the rims as well. And as I'm looking for a color for the rims to match my secondary color, don't forget to show some love in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think of the car, and also like the video if you're enjoying it so far. And with that final touch of greatness, our masterpiece is finished. So let's go out on the street and see what the performance option changes actually change in the way the car behaves on the street. And I'm getting a lot of comments on my other videos asking me to showcase the sound of the car without me talking over it and without any music, so for the next couple of seconds, that's what you're gonna get. If I can take the liberty of talking on the behalf of everybody watching this video right now, the car sounds pretty good. As for the changes to the performance that we made, well, the car feels very fast now. The top speed is pretty good, not great, but the only problem that I have with the car as it is right now is that it's very jumpy. And if you're watching this video carefully, you can see that the car is bouncing up and down ever so slightly as soon as it encounters any imperfections in the road. This doesn't look like a big deal, but believe me, it is a big deal. It's probably gonna make you spin out more times than you can count. And in conclusion, I want to say this. I'm a horrible driver, and the car is worth it for you only if you enjoy looking at it. I don't want to make an hour-and-a-half video telling you every single thing that I think about the car, but this is the main thing. It's beautiful, it's fast, and it's very unstable. If you're looking for a garage queen, this is probably it. If you're looking to spend $2.5 million for something amazing, well, you might be better choosing another option. That said, if what I told you about the bounciness of the car doesn't bother you and you like what you see here, by all means, go ahead and get the car. Hey, what the hell? That guy jumped right in front of me. He appeared out of nowhere. That's right, blaming the game, not my driving skills. And with that, I think it's time to end the video. Thank you so much to everybody who watched this far. If you liked the video and found it useful, please don't forget to like, and if you're not yet a subscriber, subscribe to the channel. And with all that, I will see you in the next one. I wonder if it can swim.